Hey, welcome back. So now we're going to get into the part of building this knife where we actually do something besides just watch it get hot and cold. We marked a line out. We're going to use this for a different project. There's not enough to make another one of these knives. We'll just loft this one off in the old bandsaw. That'll tell us whether or not we actually got her soft. Give her a try here. Seems to be cutting. So yeah, made a nice cut. Right on. Let's go in and start getting her flat. All right, so what we're gonna do is, like we talked in the first video, is just we got to take these down a little bit. We can't leave them rough like that or it wouldn't be much of a knife. We're gonna take them down quite a ways. You'll still be able to see them. They won't be a rasp anymore, but you'll still know what it was. Let's go over here. We'll probably have to change the belt for sure on that little grinder. We're going to put one of those red belts on there that are very aggressive ceramic. When you're doing stock removal, if you can get ceramic, I would recommend it. I find it to work about the best. They last a long time. We're going to start with, I think it's a 36, super aggressive. See what kind of removing we can do. Find the arrows, make sure we're putting her on there right. We are saving up for a real grinder. Don't get me wrong, these little cheap Harbor Freight ones actually work pretty good. I mean, for what they are, you kind of gotta understand what you're getting into with these little guys. They're not the best, but they're a good filler. A good filling until you can get a big one. Got the belt tracking right, got the plat, and I'm just gonna freehand. Well, no, I might use a magnet, we'll see. I'll probably just freehand it though. Get my gloves on, put my face shield up. Yeah, this doesn't work super great with the goatee, but it helps. One thing I guarantee you, you get a good taste of your Copenhagen when you squish it down with one of these. Forgot to take it out. We'll just show you a little bit of this. We'll cut away and I'll bring you back and show you what we end up with. Woo! Here we go. That's pretty much what we're doing. We're just going to take that down. Get her pretty flat, just about to this surface. Here, let me take that down so you can hear me. We're going to take that down to about level with that flat spot out here on both sides. We did pick up a tiny little bit of a bow in that. I'm gonna go straighten that out and I'll finish this up and bring you back. All right, so here's where we ended up. Pretty smooth. Of course, on this big side, we're gonna have more relief, which is good. We're all right with that. What we're gonna try to do, never tried this stuff before. I've always wanted to. And now's my chance. It's called Dicam layout fluid. It's a machinist thing. We're going to try it on knives and see if it works. I don't know if I'll be able to scribe on that rough surface very good. Oh boy, there it came. So, learning curve. Shoot. Just a second. Lesson number 1, don't push really, really hard on the old dauber. I don't want to get that on me because I don't think it comes right off. That's how you get character on your workbench, though. I'll guarantee you that. That stuff looks like the old indigo blue that they used to use in the old pricing stamps. I remember doing that at an old place in town called Carl and Don's. My grandpa and one of his buddies owned a convenience store here in town. Well, it wasn't a convenience store. It was back in the day. It was just old grocery store. I got that stuff everywhere. Holy cannoli. So I'm just going to try to spread her on here nicely. We got enough to do this 28 times now. Holy cow, John. That's why they made me play with crayons in school. Wouldn't give me markers. I'm going to put another glove on. Just because. Oh, Lordy. I'm sure we got way more than we need here. So let's divvy dobby. That seems to be working. Okay. Well, that stuff is bright. So, what you're trying to do is put that on there. I've been using just markers because that's all I had, but I've always wanted to try this stuff. So I'm going to try this here cheap old toothpick that I got. Imagine, doesn't say how long it takes to dry. This may not work. We may end up just using a marker, but well, let's just see down here. I don't know. I don't know if my old eyes will be able to see that. Let's get her up here. And we're going to scribe that line. I'm sure I'm in the way of the camera. Sorry. Yeah, this is going to be a little tough. I think at the end of the day on a file, we're going to be better off to just try to draw that on there. I mean, I can see it, but I'm not going to be able to see it out there while I'm sawing it. And I got that crap all over everything now. All right, we're gonna call our first try using layout fluid a minor fail. So, meanwhile, I'll clean this back off and we'll just we'll just draw on that with a marker. Well, that's about as good as it's gonna get. I think it'll work as good as not having that on there. You can see that line there, kinda. You can see the line runs off at the top. I did that on purpose so we can leave that edge there like jimping. So we'll see how that works. We'll shut you down. We'll set up out there on the bandsaw, and I'll show you how a redneck uses a regular bandsaw to kind of scroll saw. All right, so as you can see, I got the bandsaw laying on top of itself there, just folded out. I got my little cheap light so I can see what I'm doing. And we're gonna see if we cut this turkey. I don't know if I'd recommend this to anybody, but it works. We're not here proclaiming to be the safety police. Yeah, I can see it. We're just trying to get close. We don't have to get it perfect. That's what the grinder's for. Good enough. You guys still see with that in the way? Not really. There we go. Okay, that's a roughed out version of what we're looking for. You can see that line. I tried to stay away from it. We can grind up to that, get her right. So let's go do that. Okay, so this gets a little noisy. I'll probably do a voiceover, play you some fun music or something on this part. Well, we got our little light set up and I think I can see, so let's go. So I'm sure you all get the point. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but just inside of that, there it is right there. You can see just inside of that line where that scribe mark was, that's where we're going. We want to get to the inside of that line. So we got a lot of grinding to do. I'll bring you back here in a little bit. Voila. That's our basic shape right there. Now right in this, you can see there's still some ink there. I was having a hard time getting in there with the old belt sander. So we're gonna vise it, put it in the vise. We're gonna put it in a vise. Jeez Louise. We're gonna put that in the vise, hit it with the file, try to get that where it needs to be. I think we'll want a little more room for our finger right there. Once that's got an edge on it. All right, get her. Yeah. We didn't change it a whole lot, but a little bit. Still a little green there, but I think that'll work. So we're done with our basic shaping. We still got that on the top to look cool. In this case, it's not really something that's gonna be functional. You don't need jimping on a knife that you're gonna be hurry in and out and get done with that calf. Cool. We'll get set up. We'll start putting some bevels on this turkey. Get her laid out for that. Okay, we're back. I forgot I was making a video and I started without you. Sorry. So what I've done is use this magnet. That's going to be my bevel jig. It's not the best, but it's what I got right now. And we have the knife on there. You can see right there the mark where we want the plunge line to go up. And we've got a center line scribed on there. So I'll move you over there and I'll work on this bevel a little bit and I'll turn you off and we'll come back when we got something else done. So right now what I'm focusing on is getting that line, that what we call plunge line, nice and straight. And then hopefully I can match that on the other side. Quite honestly, never having built this style of a knife, I'm not sure what's going to happen down here. I know we don't want it sharp on this rounded end. And it looks like it's probably going to just do what it needs to do and we don't have to worry about it. But we'll keep an eye on it. That's filing or grinding pretty quick. We're not going to put a huge bevel on this. I wish I could hollow grind it, but I don't have any way of hollow grinding that I can think of right now. So yeah, we'll keep on a grinding and let's get this side done and we'll do the next side. So let's take a look at our pattern and see if we're getting about what we envisioned. I think we're pretty darn close. You see those lines? They're about to line up. So we got lucky. All right, I'm gonna shut you guys off, get my light set back up right. I'll work on this side and I'll bring you back. There may be a little cussing here in a second. Don't want you to hear that. Okay, here's where we're at. We're getting worked up on this side. We're just almost there in the middle. We got a little wowie right there. Kind of hard to hold that straight as you're pulling it off of that belt, but we'll get her lined up before it's all over. What we've done is I started with that 60 grit ceramic, and now we're gonna put on an 80 grit, and we'll start pulling this in a little closer, getting her refined, getting some of the scratches out. And then sooner or later, we're gonna have to heat treat this turkey. But we'll get there when we get there. And we are back. A little different with these file pieces still left in there. It's almost hard to see where that line is going level, but we're pretty close, and we got pretty good scratch marks out of there. We're really close to having an edge on it, and we don't really want that yet. So I think what we're gonna do is clean this turkey up. We'll call this a video for now, and we'll do some heat treating. We'll get into that on the next video. Thanks for watching, you guys. And you know what I forgot to do yesterday? I forgot to tell y'all to go out and get you some